Supergirl's in the can. Don't leave out Peacemaker 2.
We're going to be talking about that in about a week. I'm very excited about
Peacemaker 2 is a direct follow-up to Superman. We have so many characters from Peacemaker 2 is a direct follow-up to Superman. We have so many characters from Rick Flag's in it, Hawkgirl, Maxwell Lord, Guy Gardner. So it's the direct follow-up to Superman.
Okay, so we have to talk about this Crisis on Infinite Earths theory. I'm seeing it all over the place. YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, it's everywhere. Is it a good thing? I'm not sure. Let me break down the basics of the theory, and then we'll discuss whether or not we actually think this is a good idea. And I would love to know what you think, if you think it's a good idea, because this might be where Gunn is going with the new DCU. What's up, losers?
You're a loser.
My name is Brian. You're watching DC Unleashed, and we're talking about Crisis on Infinite Earths. So in the Superman movie, Lex Luthor plays God again and uses a mega collider to replicate the Big Bang. Yes, the Big Bang. That Big Bang. The results? Not just chaos, but a rip in the fabric of reality itself. What he creates is something called a pocket universe. This strange liminal space floating between two parallel Earths. This isn't just sci-fi window dressing. It's the beginning of something much bigger. I believe that the theories might be right, and this is the foundation for the DC Universe's multiverse. And ultimately, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yes, Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'm not sure how I feel about the multiverse already coming into the DCU this soon, but it seems like this is happening, and Peacemaker Season 2 might be confirming it, but more on that in a second. Lex describes it as a dimensional rift, a buffer zone created when his collider punctured the universal membranes. It's dangerous, unstable, and it's housing things that science barely has language for, like the anti-proton river and a gravitational anomaly we call a black hole. The same black hole that Ultraman fell into. Now, I know a lot of people were complaining that Superman killed Ultraman by letting him fall into the black hole, but I'm not sure Ultraman died. I think maybe that black hole could have taken him to a different Earth, perhaps an Earth where Superman is evil. It would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? So, Mr. Terrific confirms that the very existence of this universe is a threat, and yet it's also a doorway. And here's where Peacemaker comes into the picture. Remember his father, the White Dragon, the racist white supremacist with all kinds of cool gadgets in some bizarre extra-dimensional closet?
I never gave you a second thought while you were in there.
Fine.
That was more than just a weird joke. That tech is known as the Quantum Unfolding Chamber, or the QUC.
It's a quantum unfolding storage area. It leads to a dimensional nodule outside normal space.
Apparently, it's connected to the same dimensional principles that Lex is now playing around with. James Gunn has already confirmed that this upcoming Peacemaker Season 2 will dig deeper into this so-called QUC, and he said directly that Peacemaker is a sequel to Superman. So what's next? I think that Argus is taking notice. They're not just observing the pocket universe, they're planning around it. Rick Flag Sr., Amanda Waller, Maxwell Lord, they're circling that tech like vultures. That tech is power, and power always has someone looking to weaponize it. The Justice Gang, funded by Maxwell Lord, might be manipulated into guarding this technology for the quote-unquote greater good, but as history has taught us, even the best intentions can spark catastrophe. We already got hints of the Justice League forming. In the Hall of Justice, there are pictures and murals everywhere.
Can we talk a little bit Hall of Justice, the mural? We do see some
Yeah, the
heroes,
mural's cool, right?
right? So people are now starting to pick it apart and see some notable faces.
Who do they think?
Jay Garrick, Flash, Alec. Really?
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter, new faces like Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, etc., etc., etc. But then there's also the villains. Lex might be in Belle Reve, but we know he'll probably get out at some point. Gorilla Grodd has been teased.
Time to make America Grodd again.
And of course, there's Ultraman. Like I said earlier, at the end of the Superman movie, Ultraman is pulled into a black hole. In theory, that should destroy him, but let's be honest, he's probably just been teleported somewhere. I doubt this bizarro version of Superman is actually gone. Like, let's be real. There is no way you tease this character, you tease the bizarro aspect, you call him Ultraman, and you don't bring him back at some point in the future. So let's say that sets the stage for Earth 3, home of the crime syndicate, a twisted mirror of the Justice League. And if this pocket universe connects to Earth 3, then we're not just talking about one rogue villain anymore. We're talking about a multiverse collision. Eventually, all the tampering by Argus, Lord, Waller, Lex, etc., etc., etc. can lead to the full-on crisis. And in DC lore, the biggest threat in that scenario is the Anti-Monitor, a cosmic force tied to antimatter, a destroyer of universes. The anti-proton river could be a clue to his presence. Antimatter doesn't just destroy, it resets, it unravels continuity. And in the comics, this was the point of Crisis, rebooting the entire DC timeline into something more coherent. But what if the DCU doesn't want to reboot? What if instead they elevate the stakes and use another villain? This is not my theory. This is a theory I'm seeing all over the place. But enter Darkseid, the ultimate bad guy in the DCU. Darkseid isn't a multiverse destroyer. I would say he's worse. He wants control of thought, of life, of will. He seeks the anti-life equation. And if that's the case, the pocket universe with the anti-proton river might become the most important location in the universe. After all, infinite Earths means infinite life. In a Darkseid, that means infinite conquest. In Peacemaker, the first trailer, we actually see him meeting himself. So we know that there's a connection between this universe and the DCEU. Peacemaker is from the original DCEU. You know, the one with Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa Aquaman, Ezra Miller's Flash, Ben Affleck's Batman. Yes, that DC universe is the same universe that Peacemaker existed in. Now he goes through the QUC and he ends up in a new universe. And we get this clip.
There's another dimension. It's exactly the same as ours, but it's better.
So between the QUC and the Pocket Universe, James Gunn officially opened a door into the multiverse. Already, in the first movie, in the first series, James Gunn has already introduced the multiverse into the DCU. This is pretty wild. Usually the multiverse is something that happens after, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, after you've told all the stories you can tell, like the MCU, and you really need to branch out and bring back characters that didn't exist, aka Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, etc., etc. And we know how that's going. The MCU is not doing the multiverse correctly. That doesn't mean it can't be done correct, but is James Gunn and his crew up to the task? Multiverse is really hard. It's like playing with time travel. It's hard to write around because you have this infinite Swiss Army knife of characters and stories you can pull from continually. It's almost like cheating. But what if he opens that door, brings the characters over that he wants, and then slams that door shut? It's a possibility. So what if the first Justice League ups the game and just goes straight for Crisis? Let's reset it right away and go right to regular storytelling. I don't know. It sounds crazy. It sounds like a risk. But as a comic book fan, I'm here for it, for sure. That makes the story less about capes and crossovers and more about purpose, right? It's about how our choices and our mistakes can ripple throughout reality. And maybe, just maybe, with this Superman, we find hope in the chaos. Because where there is crisis, there's always a chance to build something a little better.
And that's my greatest strength.
Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Is this a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Is this whole theory just ridiculous? There's no way they're going to do it. Do you think Crisis is coming? If so, who should be in the Justice League? We already saw the Justice Gang. We know that's not the end of that group. We know there's going to be more characters in the Justice League. Of course, we have to see Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Those are the big three, but James Gunn did also say that Supergirl is one of the big three. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. I'm not sure if fans are going to accept that. I haven't seen Supergirl yet. No one has. Maybe it's awesome. Maybe she really is a tentpole in the Justice League franchise. I guess we're going to find out, right? Last question, is the Pocket Universe a good thing or a ticking time bomb? Is it something that can blow up the DCU before it even starts to solidify as a great franchise? I'm not sure. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. On the way down there, please do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, also hit the subscribe button. I love you so much. Stay super, my friends, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Excuse me? You were talking about your butt and stuff? And also you said that I suck?
It is not funny.